What's up, Carlo? Big boys toys is in the house. Hello, YouTube, and welcome back to the Nitro Addiction. How's everybody doing on this beautiful 105-degree day? I swear it's like a cold front coming through Phoenix, and people are starting to shiver. Get my computer finished up here. We will get right out of here in just a second. WBL's in the house. What's up? He says, shit, that's hot. Yeah, but when you just had 100, 115, 117, it's like a cold front. How you doing this evening, WBL? Or I guess I should call you Rob. I'm so used to calling people by their channel name. But try to remember to call you guys by your real names if that's what you want. However you guys want it. Doing well working tonight. What you working on, man? Or do you work the night shift? I don't know if I've ever even asked you what you do for a living. Almost done getting the computer set up, so give me 1 second and we will get the show on the road. The long, boring live as only Nitros likes to say. It's kind of weird. It must be I'm trying to think of the word. It must be invigorating to be a giant baby at 40. What? It's just what some people are. Gotta be nice. People can't help it that they're babies. I know most of you probably wondering what I'm talking about, but it's alright. It must be. Yes, sir. Rob says, proving meters at the pipeline. So, when I think of a proving meter, I use one at work to verify that my meter is reading voltage correct. What do you mean by proving meters at the pipeline? I'm glad you found that funny, John Smith. I found it funny, too. Really work evenings. Oh, rarely work evenings, nights. I'm just waiting for... Oh, Nitro. I was like, what's NQ? Nitro Queen Safa to arrive. She's late again. Darn women. Nah, my wife, it's one thing she hates is being late, and she's always, let's go, let's go. It's like, it don't take me but a minute, so... But yes, it must be John. John's tracking. I like it. Nitro Pimp, what's up? I know he hit me on Messenger yesterday with some nasty shit. Yeah, he's a freaking crybaby. I don't even know how old he is. I'm thinking he's upper 30s or whatever, but he's still crying after 2 years of getting kicked off the show 3 times. He's just mad he can't get in. And that's okay. Because we're happy he's gone. Anyways, enough about that. Well, I will say one more thing. If you're gonna talk shit and be a dumb shit, do it on your own channel. Be a man. Start a channel. Show us these 400 nitro engines that you claim to have. Show us how non-boring your lives are. We all want to see. Anyway, all right, done with that. Most engine T204 is coming today. Hell yeah. Same idea. Fill up a certified 1,000 gallon tank. Do temp correction, then compare to the meter. Gotcha. So you're proving the meter. I like it. Nitro Pimp, I know I hit you up kind of late the other night and bombarded you with a question about a fuel tank. If you don't have any extra pieces or don't want to come off of gold, I get it. I just figured I'd ask, brother. Yeah, I need that inside cap in the O-ring. I have 2 tanks. The smaller tank has a bigger inside and it doesn't fit. And the bigger one has a smaller inside and I don't have it. But my wife says she agrees. Trail Rider says, I have 2 million. What's up, Trail Rider? Been a minute, brother. Welcome back. 2 million. What? Rob says, I have 2.2 million. What are we talking about? Oh, engines. Never mind, man, I'm sorry. I start talking about multiple things. I never know what the hell. Anyways, yeah, we're all the king or queen of something because we have everything. Let's see here. Got none. I thought I had the lid for my first. I did check. Cool. Not a problem. Thanks for looking anyways. I was thinking about doing some kind of like a gasket sealer around it and then trying to force it, see if it'll make a seal. Kind of like the like those techno tanks. It just has like a rubber, like a rubber. It's like the whole thing. It's not just a rubber ring. It's like a whole membrane, and then the spring holds it, so it creates a good seal. So, anyways, I got a little tank. We'll just have to do some rigging just to make it run. We one up each other. I'm now 70 years old. Well, happy, probably late birthday to you. I'll be 47. What is today? The 11th? Just under a month. So, time is a flying. When you finally got life straightened out, you got everything the way you want. You're doing your thing, you're making your money, and all of a sudden, wow, what happened? Life is over. Anywho, yes, Trail Rider, if you're asking a question, it is nitro engines. Let's see, kind of one of the points of my channel, if I says I have 55 Savages, I can show you 55 Savages. I mean, I say I got like 20 plus. I could show you 20 plus, and at least 5 of them are in bags and pieces. So I have them. I actually have 2 Savages here that are in pieces. I've got 2 Warheads that are in pieces that are about to become 1. I'm almost finished with that LST. I got the last little piece that I was waiting for. So we will get back to that. But yeah, I mean, we've all got 400 engines and. But, yeah, I'll be 55 a week from today. Well, happy early birthday. Hell yeah, 55 years young. I have 57 cool LRP. I am the king. Oh, I'm sure he's got 58. And he got them all at half price. Most of them were like $5. But you don't not back it up. But you do not back it up. Who don't back it up? I back up everything. Getting ready to leave for Yellowstone. Hell yeah. Sounds like a blast, brother. He says I have one. John, you graduate 98? Damn, dude, you're good at math. How did you know? It's funny, some of the kids I work with, or that work for me, hell, they weren't even born till one of them after my daughter. I feel like I'm getting old. Yeah, laughing my ass off. From his homies, as he says. Company just showed on it. Cool. Have a good night, man. Appreciate you. Take it easy, bro. Don't forget that like button on your way out. I said that because he's old and he's got memory problems. I'm joking. You're almost 48. What, you graduated in 97? Trevor was born in 56. My mom, God rest her soul, was born in 51. And my dad in 52. And then I was born in 79. Just stopped to get Krispy Kreme. That's good shit right there. I used to work at a gas station, and I would always get the leftover Krispy Kremes. Ugh, I can't stand Krispy Kreme. They're good if you get them every once in a while and you don't work around them. But yeah, now I just can't do it. I'm 48 September. September what? Spit it out. We want to know. Lame Duck got married in 79. Wow. Hell yeah. I got married in 05. Let's see. How's Lame Duck doing, Mr. Travis? What's up? Ooh, September 13th. I'm September 6th, brother. Oh, you're still a year older than me, though. Just turned 58 back in June. Well, happy late birthday, brother. Born in 68. It's crazy how old we all are. But what's even crazier is I'm one of the youngest ones in here right now. What the hell? Now, I've always been, the younger guy, always poking fun at the older guys. You're going to break a hip. You're going to break a shoulder. It's something stupid. And now here I am, and all the kids are, yeah, you're old. Yep. It's funny, though, you say something like, just talking about the Goonies or something, and they're like, huh? Yeah, figures. Talk about all kinds of good movies, and everybody's like, huh? Virgo, yes sir, brother man. Virgos unite. I know that sounded goofy, but I just had to say it. I had 50 nitro engines in 05. Damn. I like watching children play. Wait, are you calling me a child? I know I am. I'm a child at heart. That's why I have, we're just going to say 30 Savages. And they're not all fully built. Some of them I'm still in the process of rebuilding. But I have an engine for all of them. Let's see. Old Speed Racer cartoons, a.k.a. anime. Back before anime was anime. Speed Racer was cool, but, when I was a kid, He-Man... man, that's really dating myself. He-Man and G.I. Joe, Transformers. Those were my cartoons as a young kid. And then, I don't know, there's all kinds of good ones out there. But, those were my young, fuzzy memory favorite ones, Yep, all of a sudden you're at work listening to the Young Guys' Crazy Weekend. How did that happen? Thinking about what they're talking about, man, how the hell did you recover? I'd be, laid up in the hospital or something after all that. It'd take me a week to recover from that shit. Let's see, Lame Duck, hell, I should have just bought a Savage from you. But you got a good one. I mean, if you still want one, I can hook you up with something. Let's see. Okay, I once had 30 Nitro trucks, sold them all. Dude. Yeah, Dukes of Hazzard was a good show, but we were talking cartoons. Oh, Daisy Duke, yep. Yeah. You know, I'll tell you what, man. Good childhood memory of mine. I mean, my stepdad passed away when I was 9. So I had to have been 7 or 8. I could have even been 9. I don't remember how long before that day this actually was, but we always went to car shows. Him and his brother would restore old cars, old Roadrunners, 57 Chevy. That was fun to ride in. Just old, beautiful cars. So we went to car shows all the time, and at one of those car shows, and she was old, mind you, and I mean she was wrinkly old at this point, but no mistaking who she was with the hair and the clothes. Ellie Mae Clampett. I sat on her lap as a little kid and got my picture taken. Like I said, she was old, but man, that's a good memory right there. And I love mine. I still have to take it out and get that shit worked on. Other than it runs perfect. What needs to be worked on? And you know, we can always. I almost said Skype. You know, we could either FaceTime or even video call. If you ever need like live help on it, I'd be more than willing to help you out, brother. The shifting, yeah, you just gotta get it set right. And once you get that shift point right where it's supposed to be, if it doesn't shift, it's worth just buying another one. But if you'd have bought mine, you'd be shifting right now. No, I'm just messing. I have troubles with them sometimes too. Like you guys saw with that 3-speed XL, I was trying to do the speed run. It's hard to test and tune between working and making videos and shit. So I was trying to do all of it while I was on the live, but it didn't work out so well. I've never tried to adjust it, but I'm completely convinced I can get it. Oh yeah, easy. There's a way to set it. The manual will give you good directions. Yeah, like I said, just let me know. I'll help you out. Want to swap a Savage for a MRX4 roller? Well, I don't even know what an MRX4 is, and I don't have any on-road engines to put in it if it's just a roller. I thought you had a Savage you were trying to sell. Alright. But no, we're not going to put the engine in here and set it and then put the rear end on. We're going to do it the right way. We're going to put it together and then we're going to set the engine. Why do I call that the right way? Because, you know, if you want to work on these, you don't want to take the engine out or the rear end off every time. So putting it together and then putting the engine in is a good way of just practicing it and knowing how to put it together. Yeah, so the guy that I'm fixing this for, so he's working nights. I think he said like 5 p.m. to 3:30 a.m. or something. I was like, that's a crappy schedule. But out here in Arizona, when you're doing dirt work, road work, which I think he's a heavy machinery operator, they do it at nighttime this time of year. So most road work around here is at night. But anyway, so he said he watched the live and he said he loved it. He's like, man, you really do know everything about these. I'm like, I don't know about everything, but I know enough to make them run. I know enough to know that I want this truck. But what I'm going to do, and I'm hoping he watches this episode too, I'm not trying to hide anything from him. What I want to do is I want to get this completely together, running smooth, take it, show him how much fun he can have with it. And I'm going to get the wheel fixed on a Wheelie King over there. I'm going to show him what a big block will do and see how much fun he has. And be like, all right, do you want wheelie power? Which I have a Dynamite 28 that I hate to part with, but if that's what he wants, I'd give it to him. Because I want this. I mean, I don't even want it to necessarily drive it. I just want to stare at it. I like the way this thing looks. So, keeping our fingers crossed, hoping we can show him a good enough time with, with the big old strong guy. Hopefully he likes. And if not, it's all good. We tried. And as long as somebody's having fun with it, I'm going to express to them here on the video and in person. You can't just find these, and when you do, people want ridiculous money for them because they think it's a chunk of gold because you can't find it anymore. If you want to get stupid with an RC truck and you want to jump it and crash it and pop wheelies and do all kinds of fun stuff, don't do it with this. Do it with another one that's already had the shit beat out of it that you can always get another one. Because, you flip it over and scratch this head, you're not going to find another one. And that's the main thing right here. Like all the rest of the stuff you can get, you can build, they're all the same. This guy, you're not going to find another one of those. Not very easily, not without paying a big chunk of money. So, just I'll show him what kind of fun they can be, and hopefully, even if he wants to keep this, hell, I'll sell him another one cheap or bring it over for him to have fun with, just so this does not get tore up. Because, literally, I would run this a couple times, just have a little fun. I wouldn't run it hard enough to roll it. I wouldn't do anything to hurt this because, I don't know, it's kind of like an old classic, Anyways, enough of all that crap. Alright, let's see. It is a Mugen Seiki. That's good. You want the Savage? I'll send photos. I like Savages. Especially these wheels. I like these wheels. I think these are the best looking RC monster truck wheels anywhere. Just my opinion. But, you'll make some kind of deal on it. We could talk about it, but I gotta watch what I do with my money at the moment. I gotta go slow because I just got myself a new payment. So, but if it's something you want to part with, brother, but then you said something about trading a Savage for that. If you just want to do it to have one of mine, I'll check out your what do you call it, M4RX. There it is, MRX4. Completely had that backwards. I'm dyslexic, sort of. It is what it is. But yeah, so I'm, like I said, even if the guy wants to keep it, which I don't blame him, just please don't tear that engine up. Hell, I'll buy the engine from you and just give you a good engine. I don't even care if we do that. Don't tear that engine up. I'll give you one that's really strong compared to that. Alright, where are the screws for... There's gotta be screws for that. Alright, what do we got? Not in there. That's missing the, there's two screws that hold the engine plate to the transmission. No, I don't need a manual. I've done these enough. I just know it needs those screws. And if it doesn't have them, that's okay, because I do. Not a big deal. Ooh, maybe. Maybe there's in here. He's gotta go poo. Just like in Friday. Carlos gotta poo. I ain't gonna tell nobody else. Excuse me. Oh no. was that? Oh, I'll get that later. Found him. Let's see, these are just extra pieces. I think this stuff is part of the reverse. I don't know what that's for. I don't think this goes with the Savage. If so, new to me. I don't think we need that. Ooh, dang. Got some teeny tiny grub screws. It's gotta be for the reverse stuff. Hell, even, if you, I think his name might be Steve. Sorry, I'm not good with names. This thing has reverse. I've got a reverse module. I'll build you a basher truck you can actually have fun with. I know it sounds like I'm trying to be convincing, but don't have too much fun with this truck. I don't want you to break this truck. I don't want anybody to break this truck. It's a good truck. And no, I don't regret selling the one I had to Nitro Pimp. I'm just glad somebody was willing to open it up, because it wasn't me. I tried. Oop, kicked the camera. I tried, I just couldn't see breaking that seal. Couldn't see hanging onto that screw either. Oh, come on. It got a little bit of curb rash on it there. Should I still got like a dozen sets of these at the house. The one guy was buying some of my Savages from, and a lot of my good engines. He sent me like, I don't know how many extra, like at least 6 or 8 sets. The trucks that I didn't even have. So I got extras. Alright, I wanted to do that before I forgot. I think everything else under there looks complete. Alright. Let's see if I can do this without breaking anything. Alright, so now, you know what I'm not... Oh, there it is. I was going to say what I'm not recalling seeing are these shock mounts. Where's that? There you are. You guys gotta throw some messages up there. The last message on the board is Carlos ain't gotta go poop. Why can't you just be like an American? Take your phone to the bathroom, poop, and just watch. Ugh. I'm just joking. Come on, get in there. There you go. One major question, alright? I wanted, sorry, I was just reading it the way you wrote it, to check my clutch shoes on my Savage, but the main, so I thought you were saying the man screw. Like, what is the man screw? I think I'd be used to all this typos after reading Offman's messages. Some of the crap Offman guy writes will give you a stroke. Make you feel like you're having one anyways. Alright. Let's see. I wanted to check my clutch shoes on my Savage, but the main screw is stripped out. One, how do I remove that screw? It's a Phillips head. Engine runs fine. You're talking about this guy, correct? Just need to know for future reference. Hey, Sir Poops-a-Lot is back. What's up, brother? Alright, so it says, yeah, uh-oh. Hold on, I dropped the nut. Nuts on the ground. Alright, so there's a couple ways. I don't know if you have a Dremel, but oh, I'm sure he's lurking somewhere there, Rob. So you could take a Dremel if you have one. I have one, but I never got the damn bits for it. But you get the disc that'll cut this, and you just cut a groove, hit it with a flathead. Another thing that I've done multiple times, and it helps if you heat it up, and then you want to hold the base with like a rag or a good glove. But heat this up really good. You know, even when it's not stripped, you know, when you're ready to take it out, heat this up. You know, and I'll try it once, and if my screwdriver like slips out of it, you know, before I start stripping it, I'll heat it. But yeah, once it's stripped, basically take your pliers, if you have enough screw left, whatever size pliers that you got, you know, grab that screw. It's a pain, but if you got enough meat on it, like this one here would probably be a good candidate to actually grab a hold of and just twist it out. It's not ideal, but it does work in a pinch. But your best way is using the Dremel. Oh, you have a Dremel? Perfect. Cut you a nice little groove. You don't even have to go very deep. You know, you don't want to get so deep that you twist the head off of the threads, because then you're just screwed. Unless you got enough thread sticking out that you can then grab that, like I did on the other night on that. There was a screw that was stripped back here, and I actually drilled it out, and then I was able to grab the threads and twist it out. But yep, yeah, not a problem, man. Where's number one mod off the guy? He's lurking. He might be. I never know where he's at. I got a feeling he's always watching though. Hell, I think he was my my very first mod. Him and Lotus, right around the same time. I think Bob at that particular time as well. And then I started needing the mods because the trolls started trolling. Man. What's that sound like to you guys? This one's quiet, but there's a lot of stuff on it. Well, I don't know. Sounds better than the other one, though. Let's get you out of the way. Alright. Trying not to take a bunch of time doing this, but that does not sound good. What does that sound like to you? Yeah, excuse me. I'll tell you what it sounds like. Dang it. This sounds dry. Well, inside the diff don't feel too bad. I mean, it could probably use a good complete teardown and cleaning, which I wouldn't mind doing. But if it doesn't absolutely have to have it, I just want to get it to where it's runnable so the guy can actually try it out. So does this need... I don't even think it's a shim problem. I think it's just a lube problem. Busted bearing or gear strip. Not necessarily. Mario, what's up? How you doing? What it sounds like to me, and I can see there's grease in there, but I think where the gears line up, a little dry. So we're gonna go for the quick fix. Dude, I swear I bought this stuff back in 2012, 2013. I don't think it has a date on it. Hey, it's made in distributed by Ozark Automotive, Springfield, Missouri. That's about 2.5 hours from my house. I've actually had to cut it down because I can barely reach down in the bottom. Slime it. I don't know if you guys can see down in there. Where's my light? Where'd it go? Somebody's run off with my light. Huh. Well, I hope I don't need it. Of course, now that I can't find it, I'm gonna need it. Ah, it was hiding in the spot. I thought there was no chance. That's marine grease. Look at that. And yes, it's supposed to be green. Alright. So hopefully this is all that it needs. Pretty sure it is. JP, what's up? I think you should... Hoping? Hoping the diff case? There's no oil grease. What's a good grease I can get from an automotive store for RC cars? That's pretty much where I got this marine grease. This stuff works really well. It's water resistant. That's one reason I like it. Because if water does try to get in there, then, you know, kind of helps repel it. I say it's good with heat. With extra water resistance, ideal for boat trailer wheel bearings, which heat, resists rust and corrosion, fully compatible with lithium-based greases, not for disc brake, wheel bearings, or continuous underwater applications. Keep out of the reach of children. Apparently, it's not good. And yes, Mario, at some point, but man, to pull both these, that's the one bad thing about these older Savages. The, come on. Come on. What is your problem? The diffs are kind of a pain to get to, so I don't mind doing it. But my main goal right now is just to get this thing running for this guy, so we can have some nitro monster truck fun. He seems to be really interested. I don't know what his RC experience is, though. We didn't really talk about it much. I think it was more like one of those things where somebody gave it to him, and now he wants to play. I mean, you can have a little bit of noise, but just, doing just the diff. Like, it feels a little light, but I don't think it's. Oh, it might be dry in there. Damn it! Don't want to take it all the way apart right now. Take a knife and cut the tube. Oh yeah, see, I've already cut it down. You can tell because it's not straight. Looks like an amateur did it. Yeah, I'm gonna cut it down again. Let's post a video tonight. Got some nitro runs in. Hell yeah! Episode 2's or EP2 is a good grease as well. Yep. I use Cal RC grease, utter butter. I hear that's really good stuff. A little pricey, but they say it's really good. I have some utter butter. My mom, back in the day, from her job, her hands were real dried and cracked up, so she got that. I don't even know if it's still on the shelves. I haven't seen it, but it's called Utter Bomb. I think it's actually for cows for their teats. So whenever they get all chapped, from milking in the winter. But it's like a gold, like straight up like Vaseline. Thought there was a big clump of grease down there. I'm gonna try putting a little more grease in there and seeing if maybe that quiets it down a little bit. Now, you don't want to fill this up. I know at some point there's been some people that have done that. You don't want to. It's not like a differential where you want to fill it. It's a lot better, anyways. And I will express to this guy what this thing, it could use some, like a full. I just don't want to put too much time into it because I also need to get some other stuff ready for this weekend. But, and I don't mind tearing it down and rebuilding it for him, but right now I just want to have it ready to go. So I can at least test it out. Anywho, alright. I'm gonna try that out. Yeah, I'm hoping he takes me up on my offer and lets me build him a basher so he can actually have some fun. Anti-Hero, welcome back. Good seeing you again. Alright. Can't tell if those are my beard hairs or if somebody's got a dog. It's funny when we was just like looking at it before I started tearing it apart. It's like, man, I don't see. Doesn't look like there's any remnants of running. But the more we take it apart and the closer we look, yeah, you can tell. This was the exhaust side, so any running that they did do, this would be the side that was catching everything. Well, racing season is going to be coming up here pretty quick. They're going to be a little bit later on getting ready for the season because Worlds is being held in Texas. And that's around the time they would be rebuilding the track. So when they get back, they're going to rebuild it and then start the season. But I'm just happy that they're going to be doing it. Oh my God, excuse me. Had a spicy Italian sub sandwich. Them things are good. They always give me heartburn. Made the mistake when I went to go get my first session with this tattoo done. It was an 8-hour deal. I'm like, I'm gonna eat good. You know, nice little healthy meal. Sat there for half of that damn tattoo. Mind you, it was an 8-hour shift. But freaking heartburn from that. So, if you're going to get a tattoo, do not do the spicy Italian. Alright. Alright, so anybody that hasn't really messed with this, little tabs go in these little slots. I don't know if you guys can see that. Kind of like so. Then you gotta get these pins out of the way here because it's gotta sit in that plastic. Make sure she's in there properly. Now the one thing I do like about the older style compared to the newer style, anybody that's had that newer style, you know these little support braces plug into a hole and you put a clip on it and then they spin out and the pins come out. Well, these screw right into place and they don't let the pin out. Sit still. I think it was this long one. Maxwell's in the house. What's up, brother? Let me get my drill for this part. How you doing, brother? Yeah, so one of the differences between these older ones and the newer ones is on these older ones, these bottom screws that go in, they're all the short ones. The newer ones have a longer screw that is on the outside edge. It gives a little bit deeper bite. Yeah, it'll be okay for a run. And if nothing else, I'm definitely going to talk them into letting me bring it back home and completely redoing the diffs. I just don't want to put that kind of time into it at the moment. And now the goal is just to get it to run. There. Some people make this part here really hard. It's really not that hard. So if you turn it kind of like so, put that in there and let it rest kind of like so. You flip this guy over. Helps if you get this lined up with the dog bone. You get that little slot lined up with the little ears of the dog bone. Even kind of hold that out a little bit. Oh, come on, don't turn. This is the part where we wish we had 3 hands. At least 3 hands, maybe 4. Why do you keep turning? It's like I just look at it and it turns. But it won't turn back to the spot we need. Then it stops and stays where you don't want it. Alright. So you do that. That way it don't fall out on you. You've got it hooked in. And then now, all you gotta do is just spread these out a little bit. Slides in like so, and you're in like Flynn. Everything's turning like it's supposed to. Always want to make sure that part's good. Probably wouldn't even hurt to have my stand over here. And Maxwell, how far are you from the sand dunes? I think you're pretty close if I'm not mistaken, right? Oh, you know what? I didn't even think about leaving that damn shock off till I got that screw in. Oh well. We'll get it in there. The beach? Now there's sand dunes over just past Yuma. I think it's a part of Glamis. But those sand dunes run, I don't know, for miles north and south. Huge party area. I just want to go do some of the off-road sand stuff. That's all I want to do. JP running the Jado and WR8. Alright, let's see here. Some Loctite. A couple of these guys. It's got a pretty cool place behind his house, but it's got a lot of rocks and stuff. I want to go play in some sand. Gray Wells is 30 miles. Glamis is about 65. You point, steer, and I'll push on the gas pedal. If you're up for it. I want to go do a little bit of playing, but I don't want the big rocks. I like the soft sand. Don't you move. Man, it's funny, for as clean as this thing looks, just, at 30,000 mile view, as they say, you get up close, you really start seeing some grease and grime on it, but somebody's taking good care of it. Let's see, the beach is 200 miles from it. I ain't going to no beach. I don't like beach and salt water and ocean. I think it's cool to look at, but I'm not really a beach person. Alright, so now I gotta take this back off because I'm gonna do it in the right order. Max 11 mics. Huh. Sand equals cleaning bearings. Well, that's why I don't want to do it in my little truck. I want to do it in my big truck. I mean, the thing is sold as a, as a Baja sand runner. The bearings better be sealed. Oh, you know what I forgot? I don't even know where it's at. That bar that goes inside there. Damn it. I totally forgot about that. Alright. Tear it apart, start over. Basically everything that I just put in it. Have to come back out so we can get it spread apart. Oh, sorry. Texas Aggie, what's up, brother? Should have said hi. Because ain't that the truth? Yes, anti-hero, that is the truth. Nitro Pimp all packed. Where you going, Pimp? Taking a vacay? Alright. Oh, hey, look, it has a kickstand. The dog bone went straight down and just propped it up like a kickstand. How funny. Alright, so now I gotta get the tube. Where is the tube? No tube in there. What's another crystal? Oh, there's a couple of crystals. Huh. I didn't even notice it came with extra crystals. A bunch of washers. I need to go check the bag. Tucked down in the corner of the bag. Got your banana hammock? Plum smugglers. No banana hammocks, please. Florida Keys. Oh, so you're just going down the street? One thing I do like about the older style is they do have like a hex in here so that these don't spin. This style they spin, and when you Loctite those screws in, which if you don't, they come out. It can be a pain, but all right. So that was an easy fix. Come on. You know what you got to do. Get in there. What did I miss? Oh, I missed the hole. Alright, get lined up. What the hell? See, it's like sometimes it's like, yeah, it was right there. Is that easy? And then other times it's like trying to pull teeth out of a gator. It's around 250 miles. Yeah, it's still not bad. What is that? Every 100 miles on a normal highway is an hour and a half. So that's pushing 4 hours. Be the savage. No. And tow my boat. Okay, so 5 hours. Move the camera up. Is there a trick to that? Move the camera up. Oh, when I had it standing up in the air, trying to line it up. So that's just my way of doing it. I don't know how well you can see. I mean, the main thing is getting your dog bone to where it lines up. So me personally, I set it here to let it hang out, and then I can drop this on it and then just push it, and then you just have to pull your plates out a little bit so it slides in. The trick is having a third hand and not letting it walk all over the place. Everybody's got their ways of doing it, but what's up, all aspects? But yeah, it's just a matter of getting it lined up and just, sliding in the correct way. Because when it's wobbling around on that dog bone, it's it just sometimes it just doesn't line up very well. That's why I don't like taking all this apart to take the engine out. I just pull the engine. It's so much easier. This is only if you got to strip it completely down and replace something or clean it or whatever. Just because it's kind of a pain. I mean, hell, as many of them as I've done, I should be able to do it a little bit easier than that, but here over the next couple of weeks, I've got a few other Savages that I need to strip and clean and rebuild, so we'll get into it a little bit deeper. I don't think you were here back in the day when I was rebuilding all those Savages. Hell, I think in one of the videos I was just slamming it back together. It was like I think then I was doing a 3-hour show. And in that 3 hours, I would get the front and rear end together. I would get the chassis plates. Like I would have it all put together, front and rear end in, no shocks on it. You know, handle the electronics box with the steering, set the transmission, all the easy big pieces. You know, engine plate, and then like the next episode, I'd spend the next 3 hours getting all the little things hooked up, all the little turnbuckles, you know, setting the engine, just because I mean I would strip it down completely. So pulling the plates is normal. What do you mean pulling them? You mean just like kind of spreading them out a little? If that's what you're asking, yeah. If you pop out, say you do both these engine plate screws on the side and this one here on the bottom, you can get a nice easy spread, and it slides in pretty easy. You know, and the way you say pulling the plates, like you can go through and pull one whole side off, and then it's pretty easy to work on like that as well. It's just not as stable. You know, because at that point, then you'll have a lot of weight, like on that one chassis plate. So, you know, there's a few different ways of doing it. Long, boring 3 hours? Yes. Yes, sir. Alrighty. I'm pretty sure, my memory, I'm getting old. Pretty sure I said what's up all aspects, but if not, how you doing, brother? Let's see, I took my half cab 32 powerful 25, used the SBK plates, and Klong, I don't know what Klong, rear dog bones, and made, long rear dog bones, and made an XL out of it. Huh. I manhandled mine to get it back. Oh, well, it took me about 15 minutes, no lie. Very tedious. Yeah. I mean, I could be like a bull in a china shop, so certain things I tried not to just manhandle. Oh, there we go. So with this style, and that tube just wants to spin around. Get your Phillips on one side and your drill on the other, and just give it a little snug. Now when you go to pop these off, like you have to, it's like you'll break it loose and just spin. You go to the other side, you make it tight again, and you come back over this side. Then you just hit it real quick with the drill, and sometimes it'll spin it out. And if that doesn't work, just put a Phillips on the other side. Regular screwdriver. Nitro Pimp says looks awesome. Yes, Rob. 3 long, boring hours. Yeah, just so you guys know, in any show that he's in, as soon as he sees me, those are the first words out of his mouth. Oh, I remember what I started calling him. I was trying to think of it the other day because he was trying to be cute. I started calling him Baby Boot because he's a big giant baby and he got booted. But yeah, that's my nickname for him. Oh, Baby Boot. If you're gonna act like a baby, might as well dress like one. I don't get it though, to still be butthurt 3 years later. It's like, you didn't like my channel anyways, it was long and boring, and there's a bunch of electric people coming in, hanging out, and started calling them gay, and they would leave, and so you get booted, then you get mad, then you cry about it. And then it's boring, like, what was you there for anyways? But anyways, yeah, old baby boot. No, I probably sound kind of childish too, but you know what? At least I'm doing it on my channel. I'm not on everybody else's channel trying to, or acting like a grown baby. Hell, maybe one of these days he'll actually start a channel and show us all the shit he talks about. I think he can talk all the shit that he wants. Whatever. I don't think he'll ever do it though. He'd rather cry, start shit, and then claim he is just defending himself. Alright. Yay. Some of that extra crap off of there. Get in the hole. Alright. Where was that? Are the newer Savages doing? Were they easy to set the shift points? Travis wants to know. Just need to crush the grub screws. But yeah, definitely good. Yeah, once you get it set and locked in place, then they I don't have one, but it's the same parts. You know, once they're locked in, they're great. Let's see. I tried Loctite, but didn't last. Oh, on the set points for the shifter. Yeah, on those new ones, does it come with like a double, like a second grub screw? Is that what you were saying? Just need to crush the grub screws. Yeah, with like a second grub screw, correct? I'm up this late. I won't be sober. What you working on? A buzz? Alrighty, let's see what else we got. So all the good stuff is back together. I guess now we can properly set the mesh. Yeah, I'm glad that the spur gear didn't get stripped out because it was a little tight. Oh, I did all aspects? Awesome. I think I'm way behind on the messages, but yeah, I just wanted to make sure I said, what's up? Lane Duck says, I'm very surprised you didn't get the newer Savage kit that was released earlier this year. It's just the money. You know, I look at it this way, you know, I can get one of those or I can get two rollers and fix them up, and I got two things to play with. And actually back when they came out, I was doing the racing scene, so that's where a lot of my money was going. This year I'm only going to run Truggy, so it should be a little cheaper, less time consuming, you know, between maintenance, entry fees, replacement parts, tires, fuel, glow plugs. Like, I'm pretty sure I got everything I need to completely rebuild it, as in redo bearings, the little O-rings that seal up the diffs. You know, I need to redo the diffs in it. Like, here in the next couple weeks, we're going to strip it down and completely rebuild it right here on the show, just like we always do. But yeah, that's mostly why I didn't get one of those back in the day. I wouldn't mind having one. Pimp wanted me to register in his giveaway, and I mean, you know, it'd be awesome, but you know, I got enough. I let people that need a Savage get those, you know. That's how I see it. I didn't need to be a part of a giveaway. Anybody that wants to, you know, To each their own. I'm no complaints. I just couldn't see taken away from other people that might not have a Savage, and I've got like 30 of them. Let's see here. Joe makes it go faster. Joe makes it go a lot faster. He has never shown his collection. Oh, I know, brother. But he's got like 4,000 of everything. Got them all for half price, and told the person I'm only paying $10, and by golly, he sold it to him for $10. Let's see. Amazes me how a guy that's damn near 100 years old can act out like that. Yep. Especially on other people's shit. That's where it gets annoying. Like, man, you start up a channel, I'll come in there and listen to you talk all kinds of shit. I don't care. But you're gonna act like a baby on somebody else's channel. It doesn't matter whose I go to. We got into it one night on Texas Hill, and I sent Texas a text later on apologizing, like, sorry, bro. I was tired of him running his stupid mouth. Let's see. But, yep, he'll forever be known as Baby Boots. Man child. Alright. Is there anything? I guess we ought to put the exhaust on before we set it in there. Get a little bit of silicone oil so it goes on smoothly. I like using the stuff that come with the kits because I don't really use it anyways. So use it for things like this. And just lube it up a little bit. I know a lot of people don't like these composite pipes. Man, that purple boot just so clean. But I mean, these pipes aren't bad at all. I will say though, if you're gonna do some jumping, man, that almost seems loose. I hope that's still a good gasket. But I like these pipes, and you put a nice engine on it, and I mean they sound pretty freaking mean. Make sure you got your spring puller. So much easier. Hopefully it still has a good seal. If not, we'll change her out on the fly. God, that's so pretty. Man, there's one on eBay that, I mean, it looks like it's in really good shape. That guy wants stupid money for it. It's like, man, it's used. At least with the one Pimp got, it was still brand freaking new. You know, they're used. A guy on Facebook, he had like, it was like a collection, you know, sitting on everything's on the shelves, and came across a USA 1. And I could see the pipe. I was like, cool. Asked him how much. He said 1,000. You're freaking crazy, man. That thing's used. He's like, well, I paid 600 for it a few years back. What would your offer be? I'm like, it's used, 300. It may be worth a little more than that, but I mean, I'm still gonna try and get myself a deal. And he's like, oh, I see. You want a lowball so you could turn around and flip it for a profit. Like, dude, I'm in the hobby to have it. I ain't flipping shit. I mean, as many of these as I've given away and just traded off, I know he doesn't know me from YouTube, but like, I ain't in none of this for profit. This is the wrong avenue for profit. It's like if you bought a bunch of shit back in the day and maybe it went up a little bit because things are harder to get, blah, blah, blah. You know, yeah, you might get a little more money for it, but if you're just buying this shit trying to flip it, man, you ain't gonna make any money. Let's see here. Can we have a convo about your Mugen that I love so much for my Christmas gift to myself? Oh, you mean the buggy that I completely rebuilt? Brand new shocks, a brand new R5 or 5R, Red's 5R, man, with shiny brand new pipe and a custom painted body with some cool looking street tires on. Is that what you're talking about? Who is the man child you speak of? We know him as a lot of different names around here, but he goes by Only Nitros. I'd say go check out his channel, but I mean, he talks about all the crap that he has, but you know, he ain't gonna do no channel. But yes, he's a man child for sure. Oh, and when I got into it with him on Texas Live, Pimp was there. Pimp stood up for me. He said he's got my back. That dumbass started talking shit, and as soon as I told everybody that, you know, for being such a boring channel, he's the one that changed his name 3 times because he kept getting booted. He threatened to come to Phoenix and kick my ass. I was like, dude, you know, you're freaking awesome, man. I wish I could be as cool as you. Anyways, but yeah, that's what a man-child does. Act stupid, and then they got to defend themselves, and then now it's time to threat. And then the moron started talking shit to Pimp. I think he called him Grandpa and said he'd whoop his ass too. And it's like, is that your comeback to everything? Anyways, that's just a funny story. Alright, JP, thanks for hanging out, brother. Have a good night, sir. And yes, thank you. Hit that like button. It's one on eBay for 800. I saw it for 7. I saw it last night for 7. Sometimes they post the same thing 2 different times, and it's like they just hope, or they're like, yeah, somebody will hit the higher priced one. I see that all the time, so you might see it for 8, and then I'm seeing for 7, is what I'm guessing. Now, to be honest, like here recently, or the last few Savages that I've been looking for, it's like all I really want these days, it'd be nice to find a good body. But the thing that I'm truly looking for are tires. These are hard to come by, and they always have a stripped hex or the rubber is rotted and splitting. Yeah, tires are one of the hardest things to find. These tires, anyways. You find somebody with a good truck that's still got a good set on it. Can't beat that. Alright, let's see what the mesh is doing. Mesh is tight. Tight like a tiger. She's a hairless. Tiny tick. Let's see if that's what we want. Yeah, she's a little tight. sure my brakes aren't on. Better to err on the side of a hair tight. Because if she's loose, you're just going to start chipping them. Of course, if it's tight, you're going to start melting the gears, basically. Why does it seem so hard to turn? Maybe it's just because I'm grabbing the axle. Yeah, a lot of people use the paper mesh trick, but tiny tick. I'm gonna say we're good to go. I think you really is a kid. Me? Why? Because I like toy cars? I think I know what you're saying, and I'm just playing around. Of course, each time you tighten one of these screws down, it can change that mesh as well. Things can flex, and it can kind of push one way or the other. So after I tighten down each screw, I like to give it another checky check. Let's see. I won't pay over $350. I don't really even like paying that much. I'd rather get one that needs some work for, $150 $250 max. But if they're in really good shape, like those ones I was buying from that guy, I was getting them off of I met him through eBay, but I got a bunch of engines and trucks from him, and there was a couple of them that I had to spend a little money on, a little more than I wanted to, but they had good engines, they had good tires, they were good whole trucks. They weren't trash with a freaking rusted shut engine and dry rotted tires like some people want for $500 and $600. You're stupid. Wanting that kind of money for basically a rotted out truck. Remember the first one of these that I got and stripped it down on YouTube. I think it was one of the first times that Raw had been in. And man, everything about that truck was rust. And Ron ended up hooking me up with a few parts for it, but literally somebody left it submerged in water. Every bearing in all four corners, the transmission, the diff, every bearing was rusted shut. I mean, even if I wanted to clean them up and make them work, it wasn't worth it. All the screws were rusted. It was a nasty mess. But yeah, that dude wants $700 for that thing. If it was still in the box and maybe broke in and put away, because there aren't any more of them. I kind of get it, but no. I mean, it was in good shape, but you could tell it had been ran and played with. No. Didn't even have a body. Yeah, he wants 700 for the. Is that the same one you saw, Aspects? 7 or 800 and no body. Like, if you ain't even got the body, you're crazy. At most, I'd give him 3 or 350 for it if I had it. But yeah, people are ridiculous with their prices. I get it. Everybody wants to make money, but so I told that guy with that USA one, I was like, man, you know, he's like, they don't make these anymore. Like, oh, I know that. It's the problem with this hobby is they quit making them. And you can't find parts, and then everybody wants to jack up the price, and it's like, well, if I can't find parts and use it, I don't want it. But I mean, that's the problem. It's all of a sudden, oh, everything's rare and you can't find anything, and it's like, that's stupid. Ugh. I don't like it. Dude, I don't know why they put these damn springs on here. That throttle return spring does absolutely nothing. All it does is takes it from full throttle to 3/4. I find one of the best ways to do this, do it with the racers. You know, put a really high torque, strong servo in it, and sometimes it takes like a massive amount of rubber bands, because on those high torque servos, they don't just pull back very easy. It's tight in there, so you need a lot of rubber band weight to pull it. So you need a lot of torque to pull it. But yeah, pretty good luck with those at the track, and the way my controller was shitting out, that Futaba, I could have had like 3 different runaways. But because of the way I stack the rubber bands, and maybe it's hard on the servo, I don't know. Even if you burn through $170 servo, which those are, you know, quicker than what you should, it's still better than a runaway. I want to protect my shit. There's JW. What's up? Let's see. Those and dirt bones. Yeah, the tires. I actually have a set of dirt bones. They're pricey, but these. So you find a good set of these that are like this, where they've been on a truck. They're glued up. You know, you're looking at $90 to $100. I got a set of these that were perfect like this from that guy for $100, and then I got a set that are still in the packages, never even come out of the plastic, so never even been. I think one set's on the rim, and then the other one's like they're separated. I don't remember, but they need to be glued, and like they've never been taken out. Those are $140. Ridiculous. I think my Savage XL has an air leak somewhere. Don't tune worth a damn. So there's a way that you can find that. I'm assuming by your video and by you saying that when you fire it up, it just starts kind of revving up on its own and changing the idle constantly. If that's what's happening, like around your carburetor, around where like the hoses hook up, around the fuel tank, you know, anywhere that you could possibly, around the head, back around the exhaust, because you can even have it in the exhaust gaskets, both where it meets the header meets the pipe and the header meets the engine, and they'll have different effects from the back side to the front side, but neither one of them will tune very well. Hit it with some WD-40 or something that'll make the engine rev up, and you know, if you're spraying it and the engine is idling up, good possibility you found your leak. Let's see, Anti-Hero. I'm in the exact same situation. I'm thinking there might be a problem with the tank. Yeah, and then I'm assuming you guys know how to test the tank, but for anybody that don't, what I do is I take the hose off of the pressure side, and I blow in that side while pinching off the fuel port, the supply line, and if it holds that pressure, you know your tank's good. If you can hear it leaking or it starts squirting out, then you know you're screwed. But one thing you don't want to do is put a bunch of pressure on it and then just let off, especially if you know you've got like half a tank of fuel, or you know they're all set up a little bit differently. But I've done that, and with too much pressure, it'll backfeed, and the next thing you know, you got fuel in your mouth. So be careful. It's nasty. Trust me. Know him. Oh. Talking about the man-child? I figured you was. I was just messing. What's going on, JW? This don't look like any buggy you've got, does it? Finally out of the old house completely. Hell yeah. That's awesome. I'm still planning on Labor Day. Coming to see ya. I think it's the carb. I'm gonna have to track it down. Yeah, and sometimes even with the carb, say whenever, like when you prime it or it's running, sometimes you'll get air bubbles, or like it'll be bubbling. You'll see the fuel coming out around those needles. So if your O-ring's bad, you know you can leak through there. If it's down here around the base, it's like it's weird. If it goes through the needles, it'll do one thing. If it's down here around the base and it's not going through that adjustment, you know it's a different rev. But yeah, you can even get like some gasket sealer and put it around the base. And I think they use like a green slime on the needles if your O-ring's not in too bad a shape. Let's see. Mine had no body and the wrong transmitter. I paid $300, but it was a runner out of the box. And there's nothing wrong with that. But yours wasn't this old original 21 though, was it? Because like some of those newer ones, you know, they're still a little more common out there. These are really hard to find, and especially in like this kind of shape or sealed in a box. Hell, now that Pimp opened that one, there's probably none of them sealed in the box anymore. But yeah, I mean, 300 is not a bad price for a good runner. Even if it doesn't, you know, doesn't have a body with it, that's not bad. Because a lot of time, I mean, people are charging $300-$400, and you're looking at it in the pictures and like, man, when's the last time you cleaned that thing up? You know, at least make it look like this if you're going to put a high price tag on it. Tires all dry rotted and, excuse me, hex is all stripped out. That's the kind of shit that pisses me off. Yeah, and the wrong transmitter doesn't really... Like me, I don't care about the stock transmitter. I don't use any stock transmitters. I mean, you know, like on my Futaba, I've got my camera mount on the controller. But I'm trying to switch everything over to that Noble and just use my my GoPro. Oh, let's see here. Yeah, that's why I passed on the XTM X Factor. 0 parts. Yeah, like with this Warhead, I wouldn't have just gone and got one. But, you know, the guy had the whole thing sitting there. A couple pieces were broke. I've been able to find what I needed. Had to buy a whole nother truck to get a few of the parts, which is fine. I have spares. I needed the original fuel tank now. Let's see. And he did warn me that it may not be the right transmitter. Yeah, like I said, I mean, it's no big deal at all. Most people that are in the hobby, you know, we all have the aftermarket transmitters anyways. It's not like you need the original for anything specific, but mesh feels pretty good. I don't know. I got another one of these types of spur gears. These are different than the newer ones. And I know I have a replacement, so if I didn't get it right, which, I mean, it's not much movement. I feel like I need to make it a hair tighter. I don't know if you guys can see it move. It's got a tick. Anyways, let's see. But at least he warns you, man. I've had people try to sell me tires, and they're like, "Oh, man, they're in great shape," and I mean, you get them, and it's like, "You asshole." Or like one of those Dragon engines that I bought. It's got good compression, yeah, but you didn't mention that the bushing where the connecting rod connects to the crank was just blown up, and and everybody says, "Hey, if it's got compression, fire it up." No, no. Prime example, man. I would have destroyed that engine because of those pieces of that brass in there. So if you get a used engine, tear it down. At least open it up and look inside. Let's see. I have 3 XTM factors, and I'm afraid to run them for that reason. Hey, just run one, and you got 2 backups for parts, man. Let's see. Did you get a new transmitter? Yeah, I got the Noble, the Fly Sky Noble. I got that back during the race season though, because at Futaba, I lost 4 transmitters. Yeah, I don't know, it just junk. I've literally thrown away 4 of those Futaba transmitters, $70 a piece. Noble, they're only 40, so if I lose 1 or 2, yeah, I could lose 2 to 1. But yeah, I like the Noble. In my opinion, nope. What? Coming here Labor Day. At this point, that is my plan. There's no plan of us working that weekend, so yes. When are we getting ready to race? Well, when I come up there, we can race. I talked to the owner of the compound. I didn't ask him when Oktoberfest was, but he did say it was going to be later start to the season because of Worlds. Because him and AJ runs raw speed. That's what he does. He runs raw speed tires. He makes them. He sells them. He markets them. He's all about it. And but his dad was saying, leading up to Worlds, they've got to have the track to practice. So anybody that's local that's going there, I'm assuming AJ's probably going to go racing Worlds. So then they're going to the Worlds, which is basically a week. And then whenever they get back, they're going to start ripping the track out and rebuilding. And then I'm assuming last year started the end of September. It'll probably be the end of October before the season starts. So I don't know if they're going to start with Oktoberfest or how that's going to work. But just wanted to give you that heads up because I know you were talking about wanting to come. Let's see, Rob says, I got my 21 for 270, no original body. I mean, yeah, dude. Did it have the original engine? Because, I mean, that's not bad. Yeah, I'll let you know, brother. Well, fellas, about time to make a move to the sack. I bid you all farewell and talk to y'all on the next stream. Yeah, probably next Monday. I'll probably do a video this weekend hanging out with this guy, but I don't necessarily want to do a live with somebody new. I don't know how he'd feel about it, so I don't want to plan that. But definitely be back Monday, so we'll talk to you then, brother. If you need any help with that shifting point, let me know. All right, what else we got left on this? Let me put the tank in. Yeah. Oh my God. All right. So we know from past experience, gotta go under the TVP. All right, nothing's pinching. I don't know on these if they route them around the back. Then if it keeps it away from all the hot spots. Only problem with that is when you start messing with the pull cord. I don't like that. I don't know. I've never messed around with these 21s. How do we want to route that? Because if we try to go through here, we're too close to that. We don't want to do that. We're still close to the... It's like that. It's sitting on the cooling head. Back here, it's not really in the way of the pull cord, but I'm afraid it's going to get pinched. I mean, we could take this all the way down around the bottom. I guess I could look in the manual. I mean, that's not bad. I know you guys probably can't see, but it runs like right in between, under, kind of like down there under the pull cord. Where's it at? Give me a flashlight. That thing is never anywhere to be found. What happened? It's always under something. I don't know, but then, like, I know a lot of heat gets in that engine mount, and it's right on that engine mount. I don't know. I'll have to look in the book and see how they actually do it. All right, so that's a work in progress. I'll break out my new motor for you. What you got? What you got, JW? We'll do, and it will definitely be this weekend. One big string. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Yeah, just holler if you need anything. Shipping, I'll be racing in the 28th scale international race on Labor Day weekend. Huh? 28th scale? What does that mean? You say on Labor Day weekend. What's that mean? You're not going to be in town? What the hell's going on? And what's the 28th scale? You running little midget cars? All right, so Rinks told us yesterday the tires were on backwards. So they gotta go that way. This will be the black nut with right-handed threads. LOL mini Z's and AE28s. A race with the vintage race here in Vegas. Is that what is that? Saturday? Sunday? Both days? What's up? I'll come watch. I don't have anything like that. And where are they doing that at? And there we go. Bad Rinks is in here so we can see I got them on right. Thursday through Sunday at New Orleans Casino. Oh man. I'm not gonna spend that much time at the casino watching little midget cars. So you probably have any time to go to the outdoor track then, will you? Or hang out with your buddy. Man, they gotta quit doing that shit on holidays. Holidays is when people go do shit. You gotta tell them to change that date. And that's like the only weekend I get the proper amount of time to make the 5-hour drive. I don't know, we'll figure something out. Get in there. Get in your hole. See, hell yeah. Come hang out. I'll be pitting with Mark Santana Maria. Hell yeah. I don't know, man. Seems like a lot of time to be around a bunch of little mini cars. And I don't have anything, so I'll just be hanging out doing nothing. I don't know. We'll figure something out. I'd rather just come up and we can go hang out at the track. Just do our thing. Oh, shit. Look at that pretty thing. We'll definitely get rid of that. I mean, it does have the correct transmitter and receiver. She's a thing of beauty. I don't. Never did understand why. I know they needed that long wire, but it's like, man, you don't need a mile of antenna sticking out of there. There we go. Bring back the old days. Let's see, I think we should be getting done around 5 or 6. That is what they planned. I think still time to go to the track and run some, I hope. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I wouldn't be coming till probably like last time, Saturday morning. Alright, you just chill in there. I hate those long, goofy antennas. One of the cool things they do at the track, though, is they put the little light up at the top of it. Especially for like the night races. That's really cool. Looks like it's missing one of the right size clips. I always hate mixing up clips. These little thin things that come out. But anyways, it is what it is. And that is a beautiful specimen of a truck. I have to offer him some money for it. Let's see. She looks beautiful. Thank you, Anti-Hero. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna charge somebody out the ass for an old original classic, it's got to look like that. Yeah. It's like, man, you know, you're talking to this guy. You're new to the sport, man. You want to have some fun. You can't have fun with this. That thing just needs to sit on the shelf. I've been to the track in like a month and a half because we didn't do any night races this year. Huh. Yeah, I've been a couple times this summer, but man, with the whole purchasing the truck, you know, like I told you guys, like I was obsessing over it, and I wasn't doing hardly anything RC. And then now I feel the need for some monster trucks. But yeah, here in the next couple weeks, I need to get back out there, put some more laps in. When I did go, you know, I felt like I was right at the same pace, the same, you know, same control that I had the last time I was there. So I was feeling good about it. Doesn't mean I'm gonna win anything, but buddies, hi buddy, how you doing, Paige, Mr. Next Level? I'm gonna bring you guys down a bit, get your eye level with this beauty right there. There we go. That's sexy. I wasn't talking to you, Paige. The truck is sexy. I'm glad you're okay, though, brother. That cracked me up. I wonder how long it's been since this thing's been together as one. Alrighty. It's 8 o'clock. I have that truck. What? I'm like the only one in the, you know, in the Savage world that does not have this damn truck. I mean, had. Doesn't seem like that nut's going on all the way. What's going on? The front one's got some thread sticking out, but this one here doesn't seem to want to go on all the way. Oh, it's because the hex wasn't on there all the way. See, you gotta check out these kinds of details. Come here. Yeah, you always want to make sure, like on that front, I can see some thread sticking out. There wasn't any thread sticking out up back here. That looks almost that good, but has a custom painted Eco. One has the factory what on it? Kragers? What are Kragers? What are you talking about? Yeah, there we go. Now it's on there properly. Yeah, that's how you strip a hub, is by not getting those on there all the way. Cool. That side looks good. Now that is a truck. Almost as good looking as my taco. I love my Savage 21. You know, I'm sure one of my trucks is a Savage 21. I think I got one that had the red springs and the yellow lights up there, but I've always wanted one with the good original engine in it. But I know I got one because it had the primer. But yeah, I've never had a complete 21. Well, sorry, outside of a sealed box that I couldn't open. Just couldn't bring myself to do it. But about 8 years ago, I found one of these bodies for my buddy. I built him up a nice truck, put some big old trenchers and stuff on it. Looked really cool, but yeah, like, can you imagine how good my shelf would look with this truck sitting over there? I mean, there's a spot over there somewhere. Maybe up there on top, in the middle of all those bodies. You know, this truck would make that shelf look amazing. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to offer him some money. Offer him an awesome basher with a big motor in it, a custom painted body. I mean, he's subscribed, but he doesn't really know me as a YouTuber, so I can't say a signed body. Which I don't think anybody really cares about that. But, you know, just trying to throw a bunch of cookies out there and hope it works. It would look damn good. Yes, it would, hero. Hell yeah. Krager mags from... Oh, so the rims are called Krager. I don't know all the names to all the individual parts. I know the newer ones that came out, like those guys right there. Those are called Warlocks. Oh no. My phone came off. Ouch. Alright. There, stop doing that. Need a new mount. Lost my little rubber tab. Helps hold it in. Let's. Yeah, she's pretty. Yes, she is. And I mean, I know it's only a 21, but man, best thing about it, right there. Old 21 BB. But yeah, I'm kind of excited to fire this up and show a boy what she's got. I think I'm going to take the Willie King, and I may take that purple gray body one that has the K46 in it, the one I took out to Maxwell's. Maybe even the XL. Show them all the differences. I don't know if I want to get rid of the XL though. I don't know if he says that's what he wants for it. I might have to do it. I mean, get another XL. I don't know about these, but like what's leaning in my favor is he wants something to play with. You know, there's all kinds of shit he could play with. This thing needs to be on a shelf. But now he can do what he wants with it. Hopefully it goes in my favor. So, anyways, yep, it's that time. I don't have anything else to do with this truck. We are ready to go. I'll get some footage this weekend of it running. We may even have to break it in. I don't know. So it may not be like a lot of good, strong running. It may be more of breaking it in and just babying it. But anywho, appreciate you guys. Anti-Hero put up a message and took it down. Are you gonna resend it, or you just change your mind? I would trade an XL for a 21. I'm telling you. I mean, I don't know if you've seen my XL. Here, I think you're fairly new to the channel, if I'm not mistaken. But so this place is a mess. Like, it's just an RC bachelor pad. There is no furniture. So, I painted that body. I need to strip both those down. I painted that body. I need to strip it down. That's the one that did some big old jumps out at Yuma with Maxwell. There's old JP's Aftershock. JP's Sin. Well, I mean, they're mine now. That's where I got them from. There. That's a freaking beast. That's a big bitch. There's my dirty racers. I need to clean them up. That's what lame duck Mr. Travis himself wants. There's my XL. It's got the K59 in it. Great engine with some trenchers. Good truck. And then this here, I need to clean it, but this is one of my really pretty ones. I know it may not be the strongest, but one of my favorites. Oh, get in there. Get in there. There it is. Yes. It's like RC porn. And then I need to finish building that. Oh, so here's old Willie King. I was kind of heartbroken about this because there's some old school tires and there's part of the rim. Now, I thought I lost the nut whenever it quit rolling around, but nope, just gutted the inside of that. Almost turned it into a solid 17 mil. I guess it'd be more like a 14 mil. But anyways, one of the best engines ever made. So that's, I got 2 warheads right there, ready to be built. And then I just need to finish off this LST, put an engine in it. Yep, this place is a mess, but it's full of RCs. And then I've got 2 Savages and a bucket in the bedroom. Excuse me. Let's see. That was my Mugen. Huh? Which one? What? I didn't get a Mugen from you. That's the one that Travis wants. Oh, there's another Mugen up top there. It was like a mix of a 7 and an 8. And my buddy Tony gave me all the parts to make it a full 8. Still haven't done it. Thank you. Who needs furniture when you have nitros? All I got is I got a couple of dirty ass tables that has all my RC crap on it, and I have a chair. That's it. That's all I need. It's it's just an RC bachelor pad. The R, LOL. The R. Guess I'm trying to figure out what you mean by the R. Come with the Mugen? It's not an 8R. It's our hero says I love it. Yeah, I've had a lot of comments over the last couple of years. This apartment and the one in Omaha, neither one of them have furniture. Just an RC pad. That's it. But I travel. All the family's at home. I don't need furniture. I just need a chair and a table so I can work on greatness. Made this 21 great again. Alrighty, well thank you everybody for hanging out. Hope to see you guys Monday. The one you were giving me 3 years ago. Man, if it's been that long ago, man, I don't remember what the hell we were talking about. I'm getting old. I guess last year when I came up there, maybe we talked about it, but I don't know, man. I never really truly wanted to get rid of that Mugen, but Travis keeps trying. Old lame duck, man. He keeps asking for it. He wants to give himself a birthday present. Okay, maybe 2 years ago when I got my 8R. Yeah, I remember we were talking about it, and that's probably when I kicked over to the Techno, and we did discuss it, I guess, but okay, yeah, so you and Travis, I remember the conversation. You and Travis are going to have to fight for it because he's been asking for it just as long as you have. I know you're just playing around, buddy. But anyways, like I said, it's been fun. Hopefully I'll see you guys next Monday. We're probably going to start rebuilding that warhead. Unless this guy wants me to, one, strip this down and redo the diffs, or two, rebuild him one of my others so he has a good basher. I really don't want him to tear this up. I know you're going to watch this video later. Yeah, got to take care of this. This is what you call a museum piece. I know you want to have fun, so I'll give you something you can have fun with. We can race for it. That's what I meant by fight for it. What do you think I was talking about, man? Alrighty, thanks for hanging out with us, everybody. Later, Rob. Later, JW. God, I can't go through and name everybody. Anti-Hero, Paige, everybody that's still here, you're all great. Thank you much. And until next time, much love and peace.